Okay, so because a bunch of Year 12s last week asked me, how do I study help? Well, step number one, get off YouTube. What are you doing now? You're in your trials. This could shape the rest of your life. Which is what they always say in Year 11, and then not to freak you out in Year 12, they go, plenty of people haven't studied well in the HSC and gone on to live successful lives. Let's be real about this. Not many have. It's happened, for sure. In fact, the biggest geniuses in our society. I know this guy, I think he's 24 now. Since he was 22, he has built a multi-million-dollar website business, and he quit in Year 10, but let's be honest, you're a dumb shit, just like me. It's alright, just accept it. The way that you get things into your head is because of studying, and that's what's important about the HSC. A bunch of people always say to me, oh yeah, but it doesn't really mark intelligence, so it doesn't mean shit. It's not there to mark intelligence. You know what it is there to mark? Discipline. And you know why? Discipline is more important than intelligence in the long run. Because intelligent people, a lot of the time, you'll see this a lot with selective school kids, how they'll just, first of all, this is the first thing that you notice, after high school they start putting pictures of the cosmos in their display pics on Facebook, and then you think, ah, so they're drug fucked now. That's always what happens to them. They're so smart, they can't deal with the real world, I just may as well go into a fantasy one again. Ah, ride the wave, ride it. I don't even know if that's what drug dealers say, because I don't associate with those people. I do, I've got a lot of druggo friends. So, I'm not going to throw any under the bus, but you know who you are, Matthew. Get off it. So, I'm pretty sure he watches these as well, just goes, yeah man, I'm digging it, but as soon as I said that, he's just gonna give the same stern talk that all druggos do, where they always just ring up and say, man, look, that stoner video you did, not all of us are like that. Weed is a medicinal issue. It was pointed out in the video that that's always what they start with. And it's not so much a medicinal issue as, here we go, an economic issue. I'm getting off track. Let's talk about studying. And even more important to that, why it is important for you to be able to focus your mind, which is what the HSC is trying to get you to do. So step number one, as previously mentioned in the last video, get off Facebook. Just put self-control up. How about you just go like this to yourself? Yeah, how about we just schedule now until November, a no-go for that. Just put on self-control for the entire time. I guarantee that you'll get a lot further, even if you go, yeah, but I need to look up the net so I know, like, what was it called again? Spark Notes. Spark Notes sucks. Be honest with yourself. You know they're shitty notes. I challenge anyone to put it in the in the comments below how they did at the HSC if they took their messages off Spark Notes. Nobody who's good puts it to themselves. All the little Vietnamese kids that always get 99.9, they're always just like, no, mate, they won't put it up there. It's going to be some guy that's going, yeah, I got 75, so it's better than what you're getting, right? And if you're looking up Spark Notes, probably is. Here's what I think you should do. I'm going to be honest here, I did better than most in the HSC. I'm not going to give you what marks so you know exactly that I'm kind of one of those rich people that was just going like, I've been blessed with a lot of money, but I'm not going to say what. And then everybody who gets $60,000 a year, you just ask them, bam, 61K. Except for, you know, anyone who works at BuzzFeed, which is what they get because they're all pieces of shit. The thing is, that's a side note. Let's talk about you and how you can get further on it. First step, make sure you do your research. And everybody says, yeah, obviously that's the main point. No, because most people don't. And the other thing that you want to do is get interested in what you're researching. There's a trick to it. It's called writing down why you're excited about it beforehand. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. It just works. Just that easy. It is. Just prep your mind beforehand. If it's biology, really sorry about that. I know it's a really shit subject. Just write, oh, I'll be really excited about this because I'm going to know about how frogs, I don't know what they've got. If they've got lungs, I didn't do biology. All I know was crap and I made the right choice by choosing geography. Tip for anybody in year 11, quit out of maths or biology and do that. If you're good at maths, obviously stay there. I'm going to say that because I'm numerically illiterate. You do not come to me for that advice, but when it comes to essay writing, come see the done. Come see the done, huh? Because I know how to do it. And it's basically just been extended into my life, at least anyway. It's helped me tremendously with my videos because I've got to the point, because this is how an essay works, right? It's essentially an argument. Most people just write a statement. You see this to this very day. The reason I am able to win 99% of the arguments that I have online with dumbass liberals is because dumbass liberals, first of all, they're too stupid to realise they're being brainwashed, so it's pretty easy to, you know, beat that. But on top of that, And also they can't spell Labour correctly, so they clearly aren't the best bastion for it. I'd probably have a bit of more trouble versing like a young Liberal dude as opposed to some guy that goes, Labour! Well, that's how we spell it in Australia! Labour's un-Australian for not spelling the name that way! You obviously don't read enough to know that it is spelt in a different way. That's not on them, that's on you. You're dumb. Everyone is. But the difference is that I read a lot and I get interested in what I'm reading, and it will happen to you. Your brain, after going for it for 20 minutes, will just go, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. Really? Stalin did? What? You know, one of those, I'm trying to do one of those Facebook reaction things that you always see, so teenagers react to someone drinking cum. So, hopefully one of those comes up as one of the little top 3 things that you can pick on YouTube, but if it doesn't, that's fine. We'll live. I want you to make sure that you get into that mode when you're researching, because the first thing that you should know about the rest of your life is it's really good that the HSC is testing your ability to see how disciplined you can be, because discipline, Cobb Cobmeyer wrote a book about this actually. In fact, he wrote 4 volumes, each with 250 principles in it about what successful people are. He spent his entire life writing these 4 volumes. You know what he said the #1 key to success is? Everybody always goes, yeah, just give me the gist of it, what's the blurb? Anyway, here's what it is. Don't bother reading the 4 volumes. I haven't. I just heard somebody else have read it and said the #1 thing that he talks about in it is discipline. Let's define what discipline is. It's doing things that other people won't do, whether you feel like doing it or not. That is going to help you so much for the rest of your life. And the thing is, here's the real trick that nobody knows. Again, you can make yourself want to do it just by writing down why you're going to be excited about it. Because the brain acts on whys. It doesn't matter, it doesn't really care about hows. It just matters on, so for instance, the fact that you haven't cleaned your room. It's because your brain is going, it'll take a while, it's boring. But if you sit there and go, it's not your turn, this is what Mary Poppins was about. Go watch that movie. It's probably good for your year 12 HSC marks anyway. Probably not. Look, Pride and Prejudice. It's the same time period, whatever. So I want you to make sure that you have that stable in your mind. The second thing is, this is how you write an essay. It's an argument-based thing. Most people just write statements. That's why they do shit in HSC essays. You're supposed to write statement, example, statement, example, just this window wiper, statement, example, statement, example, statement, example. You can't just say, Labour shit at the economy. It's not really an argument. It's a dumb person argument, but you have to have statistics and evidence to back yourself up. And I honestly think society would be a lot better if we all got this drilled into our mind. You're entitled to your opinion, but your opinion is dumb unless it has examples and statistics to back it up. So when you're researching, that's all you should be looking for in your notes. Just statistics, examples, statistics, examples. That'll do the argument for you. If you follow the statistics, you come to the truth anyway. So this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, is get into that habit. Statistics, example, argument. That's your argument, right? And of course, before that, statement, and then back it up. Statement, back it up. Then, go to your teacher. I know that every teacher that's watching this is going, shut the fuck up. Because I'd hate to do it, but hey, that's why I did become a teacher. Thanks so much for your contribution to society, guys. Love you, but wouldn't want to be ya. Because I want everybody else who's a student at the moment, when you're going to your teacher, this is how I did it. I didn't have any fancy bloody tutors. Didn't have that. I just had your classic immigrant student thing of just, the book, the best tutor of all. I went to my teachers and then I said, can you mark this and show me what a good essay would be like? And then they just go, they underline everything. They will, if they're a good teacher. And you can tell if they're a good teacher because a lot of the ones that are shit will just go, all right. And then you have to keep nagging them over 3 days and they'll just go, I'm so busy. No, you're not. I absolutely know you're not busy, and that's because you're one of those teachers that just sits there and this is essentially their idea of education. Make you write out shit in a workbook thing that they printed out maybe 20 years ago and sit there and say this over and over again. You could just get a tape recorder to do it and draw a little face on a balloon and go, do your work! Don't ask them, they're crap. You want the teachers that are constantly writing things down on the board and going, everyone got this? Hey, shut up! Stop talking about porn! How much do you talk about pornography in class? It is disgusting, the amount, especially at that time. We found out that our teacher was, because we were just going, Miss, do you like Lexington Steel? And she goes, do that in your own time. Oh my God, she knows who Lexington Steel is. She was the best teacher I ever had, by a mile. She got me love affair in education. She might be dead now, she was really old. She was great though. She was great. R.I.P. I'm not going to say her name because that's probably disrespectful, but she also, screw her actually, Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor was a champ. You know why I wasn't going to say, you know why I decided to change my mind on that is because she used to look around the class at people who were having love affairs and then she'd just eavesdrop in on it and write romance novels and have a second career on the side. She'd have all those little trashy ones with a picture of Fabio on the front going, "Ah." She used to make money out of our relationships. Genius. She was really smart. But the thing is, if you gave her an essay and said, can you show me where I'm going wrong on this? She'd just go, weak argument, needs more explanation. Just write it really quickly. Just through that going, yep, 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 yep. Highlight anything that was good, hand it back to you. Then what you do is you rewrite the essay and you hand it to her again and she goes, yeah, just a couple of tweaks there. Done. That's it. You have an essay that will get you 99.9 in the HSC. And I know that they sit there and they say, you shouldn't actually do that. You shouldn't regurgitate because that's not learning. Screw it. The HSC isn't about learning. Again, it's about discipline. It is discipline to sit there for 6 hours and memorize an essay that you've read over and over and over again. Only absolute nerds are able to do that. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, I think Surfing will meditate my mind out, and so while I'm in there, I'll just ride whatever comes to me, man. Screw that. Screw it. You don't, at least for the next 6 weeks, do what I'm telling you to do, all right? Regurgitate. Say it with me. Regurgitate. I think there's a band called Regurgitator. They're your new god from now on. Just the name. Don't listen to their music. You don't have time. All you've got time to do is memorize essays, hand them to your teacher, the teacher will say where they're weak, you go back, you memorize it. Don't think of it as being this stupid way of going about through life. This is what life is essentially. Success basically boils down to identifying 3 things in each field that is going to get you ahead, eliminating all the other bullshit, giving that to people whose lives are worth wasting, usually some chick in reception that's just sitting there chewing gum all day. You're at work! Be professional for $30,000 a year. Sucked into you. Give them all the crap things. You just figure out what are the 3 things that are going to get you ahead in life and you do them over and over and over and over and over and over again so you get good at them. And on top of that, because they're important, they actually start to move you ahead in life. This is the same with this. This is all the HSC is when it comes to essays. I don't know anything about maths. Go to another person for that. I don't know if there is anybody on maths that would be on YouTube because they probably go, I'm too scared to be on it. It's not about numbers. Oh my God, there's no isosceles triangles here. I'm out of my place. I'm out of my depth. But yeah, so when it comes to essays though, that's what you do. Statement, example, /statistics, /evidence, hand to your teacher, regurgitate. That is going to set you up for life. Purely because it gets you into the act of discipline. All those things take time. That's pretty much it. It's about how long can you focus on this. That is all the HSC is about. That's why you have a lot of dumb people in law and medicine. I always thought that these would be super brains, and some of them are. Most of them are cunts, but let's just take away their personal traits for a second and let's look at their sheer intelligence. Most of them are not that smart. Their average intelligence, I feel like I'm smarter than a lot of the people in law. I could be wrong. Probably I'm just looking at it from my own angle and just go, I am the smartest person in the world. Even smarter than Stephen Hawking, as everyone always thinks. Yeah, well, he can't walk. How smart could he be? But, the thing that they're good at is being disciplined. In law, you will notice this if you're aiming for law. God. First of all, don't really want to meet you. You sound like a really boring person. But second off, it is so much reading. All you do, and the thing was, I just go there and go, oh man, this is hard, going to tutes for 5 hours a week. They probably do, I don't know, 15 hours of tutes or whatever, but the thing is that they just hand them this fat textbook. Ali, the guy from Holsworthy Live on the podcast, we don't do Holsworthy Live anymore, so stop asking about it. Maybe we will in the future, but for the moment, Holsworthy Live is Holsworthy opposite of live, not live. And so it's just fat textbooks that you have to read. But again, they're not going to remember all of that stuff. It's about making your mind quick at analysis. Reading makes your mind better. Full stop. It means you're able to think quicker. It means you're able to think better. It means you're able to construct better sentences on the fly. Probably not the best example of that because basically most of my sentences are just like, la 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 la, I'm doing a stupid voice and that's what I'm doing right now. But hey, I was a drama kid. I've got different talents. I'm special. So anyway, I want you to remember those things. Regurgitate and just think about the HSC as discipline. You're not smart if you do good at the HSC, but you are disciplined, and that is the real key to success in life. Intelligence, in fact, I think it was after about 120 in IQ, it does nothing to advance you. Those super brains, first of all, because it makes them unrelatable to other people, because they're so much more intelligent than everyone else. You know when you talk to a really dumb person and they start to get a little bit scared of you and they're like, why aren't you talking about the Kardashians again? Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ, climate change, what's that? I just want to look at some semi-hot chick that's got a massive ass in a mansion. I can't focus on the planet. That's how they feel to everyone, right? They don't know how to relate to the rest of the population. But the people that are able to do the things that other people don't want to do, and again, I've given you the secret to that, all you do is write why you're going to be excited about doing it before doing it, so you prep your mind, and then you'll be able to do it, and you'll be excited about doing it. One more tip, just to break up the monotony of it. After 90 minutes, because that's about as long it takes for you to get into deep learning, which is where your mind actually starts memorizing things. It's kind of like going to the gym, and all of the gain is in the 11th rep, not the 10th, the one where you just go, That's where you want to be, where you just can't handle it anymore, and you can kind of feel yourself do it. I do it to this very day. I'm able to study a little bit longer now because I've just been doing it for a lot longer, but I don't know, when I get to maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, definitely, I'll just go, and I have to stand up and move. And that's even better because on top of that, you're also getting physical exercise, but body and mind are connected. So I want you to go out and walk for 10 minutes or do some push-ups or something physical, and then, again, reboot your mind after that, right while you're excited about that, or just sit there and think about moments in your life where you were excited, and you'll be back in the mode of deep learning before you know it. And then, because that's what happens when you study, you just put your head down and then you wake up and you go, oh, it's December, and that's basically my life now. It's just like, oh my God, I've got a wrinkle, I'm aging. You can be just like me. Study hard, kids.